Hello guys, so in the previous video we actually learned how to navigate using named routes, and in this video we're going to learn how to navigate using material page routes. And also you're going to notice that I've removed the route argument that I passed into the material app. I've also removed the initial route argument and I returned the home argument. So to be able to navigate using material page routes, Flutter actually then does the naming of routes for you in a sense, and it actually does that for you with using the material page route, and you actually pass in a builder and a context and give it the name of the layout you have, or the page you want to actually like route to. Layout, page, route, I think I'm trying to say the same thing. So if you push, if like, okay, here we have this function now, and note how the function is actually structured. You have navigator.push, not push named like we had initially, but push, and it actually takes the context argument, and it also takes the material page route, which takes a builder, and the builder actually takes a context and a page that is and the route or the page is actually going to navigate to. And what this does for us is to actually build to the next page. So it builds itself and takes us to the next page. And in this second page, I told you guys I was going to explain to you how Flutter actually like pushes a route but does not stack that route or the layout. It doesn't stack the layout on top of the previous layout. So to be able to do that, to use push replacement, and if you want to do this with named routes, you call it push replacement named, and that's going to do it for you with named routes. So I think I should just format this. Okay, this is looking better. So we take push replacement, a material page route, takes the builder, and the third page, which is this other page, is going to go to. And now on this page, because of the way I decided to design it, is just going to always navigate to the previous page or the page that is being stacked on top of it. So in this simple app we currently have, what's actually going to happen is that this first page is going to push its route on top of the second page, and this second page is going to push its own route on top of. It's not going to push it on the third page, but rather it's just going to pop itself out already and just take us to the third page. And I'm going to demo this just now, so I'm going to hot restart this app. And to hot restart, you actually use Shift R on your keyboard. So we can go to the next page, which is the second page, go to the next page, which is the third page, and when we pop, we go back to the first page, which is the only page that actually pushed its own layout on top of the stack of layouts. And the third page could only pop back to the first page because that's the only page that was popped on top of it. And notice that we could not actually get to the second page. The only way we can get to the second page now is if we actually like create a route and tell this function, okay, we then pass a material page, we then take this function and change this to second page. That's when this is actually going to pop back to this. But since we are telling it to pop its own context, it means it's just going to pop and go to the initial route that was actually like pushed on top the stack of layouts. And so since we have already seen that, I think I should just demo what it's actually going to look like if every other route was pushing its own replacement. So push replacement not named, we're not going to be pushing a replacement named. I think we should just push yeah, we're just going to push replacement. And now we're going to notice something. Flutter is actually going to okay, so we can go to the next page, and when we try to go to the previous page, it actually gives us a blank screen like this, indicating to us that it didn't have any routes to pop to, so it just popped out of the entire app. So that was what push replacement does. It does not stack any route on top of it. So if we remove this now and we do shift, okay, we save this, that's Ctrl S, and we come to the terminal and we do Shift R to actually like see what's going on. Then we're going to see something like this now. So I can now go to the next page, and when I press go to the previous page, it takes us back to the first page again, because now it has something that is actually like overlaying. Like the first page is overlaying the third page, but the second page does not exist because it has actually removed itself from the layout stack. It does not exist. To Flutter, it has already disposed this off. Like the way you should see it is, since this pushed itself and this actually disposed itself. So the way Flutter sees it is that it actually went from first page to third page, and when you're actually like going out from the third page, it takes you back to the first page, ignoring that it ever had a second page, because push replacement actually removes this particular page or this particular layout from the layout tab. So I think this should actually like explain most of it for you in how Flutter actually like stacks widgets and stacks layouts, and how Flutter also actually navigates using material page route.